This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for August 8, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, he was my hand, foot, and everything. Mother of man fatally shot by cops seeks justice. Ingrid Grandison has not rested well since July 17, the day that her son Shane Grandison and another man, Richard Tupac Mosley, 40, were fatally shot by police in Red Ground, Westmoreland. The police reported that the men were killed in a confrontation with the lawmen, but Grandison said her son was killed in cold blood. It is reported that the police received the information that a man sporting dreadlocks was seen brandishing a gun, and they launched an investigation. It is further reported that a team of cops intercepted a motor vehicle fitting the description in which the man was traveling in the Red Ground area and blocked its path. An armed man allegedly alighted from the vehicle, and the shootout between him and the police commenced. He escaped into nearby bushes. It was later discovered that the driver and the passenger in the front seat were shot. They were rushed to hospital, where they were pronounced dead upon arrival. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing the matter. Grandison said Shane, 25, who was the younger of her two sons, was pursuing a business degree at the University of Technology, Jamaica, but paused his studies to manage the family business following the passing of his father and grandfather in 2020. Grandison said they owned and operated a fleet of tour buses. She said Shane also assisted her with her wedding and decor company. He was my hand, foot, and everything. I had a stroke shortly after his dad and granddad died, and no one in the family knew. Shane would not even allow the helper in my room, as he took really good care of me. Every day this little boy would get up and tell me how beautiful I am and that things were going to be okay. His father used to do like 10 men's job, and that little boy took on that role, she said. Grandison said Shane had a passion for helping others, especially the children from the area, for whom he hosted back-to-school treats. On the fateful day, Grandison said Shane left home at approximately 4:30 a.m. to wash and dispatch the buses. She said he then went to the airport to make a pickup and returned home about 2 p.m. I called him after and he said he was tired, and I told him to get a driver to relieve him and he should head home and get some rest. Later on, someone called me to ask if I heard that they killed Tupac, so I said no. When I heard about him, I started calling Shane right away to tell him to come off the road because I heard that they killed someone. I wasn't getting him, so I called the driver he was with, and he told me that Shane left on a bike taxi, she said. Grandison said when she got home, her son was not there, but neighbors said that he came by. I drove out the same time because I know my son would have called and checked in with me. I started calling everyone, she said, later hearing that Shane had been shot and was carried to the hospital. Grandison said she sped to the Savannah Lamar Hospital and inquired about Shane. A hospital worker gave the bad news that no injured persons were transported there. I was in disbelief and I showed him a picture of my son, and he said that my son had mashed up and I wouldn't recognize him, she said. This was no exaggeration, as Grandison said Shane's face was indeed unrecognizable. She said it was the tattoo of an eagle that he had on his body that she used as a distinctive mark. My son was born privileged. His dad had hotels and he had everything to his advantage. My son was very ambitious and I am still seeking answers and I am not getting anything. I am not doing well. I will not stop until I get justice for my son, though, she added. 3 alleged gang members killed in gun deal gone bad. 3 men who were said to be gang members were shot and killed on Sunday on Greendale Drive in Kingston when they reportedly tried to retrieve guns that they had loaned to another gang member. The police believe the deceased are Giovanni Lyons, otherwise called Kaylan or Tillan, a 21-year-old laborer of Pink Lane and Oxford Street addresses in Denham Town, Chavon Hill, a 22-year-old construction worker of Oxford Street, and Dimitri Francis, otherwise called Rivaldi or Rev, a 22-year-old higgler, also of Denham Town in Kingston. According to police reports, the three men, who were reportedly members of the 305 Brawling Gang, which operates out of Denham Town, had given Devon Salmon, otherwise called the Prince, of a Greendale Drive address, several firearms on a loan basis, and he was told to return them. The men were allegedly told to come to Greendale Drive to receive the guns. Upon their arrival, they were reportedly greeted by a man known only as Alex, an associate of someone who engaged them in a conversation. It was during this time, according to police, that a group of gunmen attacked the three men. Police said that intelligence suggests that the attack was planned and carried out by someone, Alex, Ian McCleary, Jerome, otherwise called the Jerky, and other gang members of Greendale Drive. The police are now on high alert as the deceased and someone are said to be associated with other gangs within the area. Police said they have increased the patrols in these areas. Opposition condemns brutal murder and assault in Trelawney. The opposition People's National Party says it vehemently condemns the heinous and barbaric act that took place in Cottontree, Albertown, Trelawney. The incident, which led to the tragic death of 15-year-old Jamila Cole, a student at Troy High School, marks an unfathomable act of violence that has deeply shaken the community and the country, it argued. With a heavy heart, Shadow Minister of Gender Denise Daly expressed her sincere condolences to the bereaved family and friends of the young Jamila. The heart-wrenching details of the home invasion, where young Miss Cole, her mother, and her 17-year-old cousin were brutally attacked, demonstrates a level of cruelty that is both incomprehensible and abhorrent. Such acts of violence, particularly against our young women, have no place in our society, and we must stand united against them, she empathized. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of the victims, and we offer our deepest condolences to them during this incredible painful time. We urge the authorities to spare no effort in swiftly bringing those responsible for this monstrous act of justice, Daly continued in a statement. Opposition spokesperson on national security Peter Bunting also expressed his profound sorrow and condemnation of the heinous act. The JCF's published statistics show a clear upward trend in the number of murders occurring each month since the start of this year, culminating with 134 murders for the month of July. As a Shadow Minister of National Security, I call upon members of the JCF to work tirelessly to solve the murder of Jamila and to stem the rising tide of murders experienced over the last few months. He further called for the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of National Security to work to resolve the impasse affecting the Police Federation leadership and, by extension, the morale and the cohesiveness of the entire rank and file. While we know that a correlation doesn't necessarily mean a causation, it is not far-fetched to consider that the non-payment of overtime and the unwarranted interdiction of the democratically elected Federation chairman is demotivating the rank and file membership, stated Bunting. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.